Welcome to my workspace. So I've raised my sit stand desk and it is at 36 inches. I used to have two kitchen cabinets as my shelves and legs of my desk. What I did was I just purchased the sit stand legs and reused my tabletop. It's a butcher countertop from IKEA. Size-wise, it just works nicely in the loft space so that I could have everything else on the desk. Nothing fancy, I just have two pretty old monitors here. I've got a vertical and a horizontal setup. I just really like having an extra real estate, especially a vertical format. If I'm doing any long emails or chats and stuff, that really helps. This was pretty low when I'm looking directly at it without the monitor riser. So just for better ergonomics, I decided to purchase a riser from IKEA. Excuse the mess in here, but I could hold a lot of things that would normally just be on my desk. Notebooks, remote controls, SSD cards, pens, markers, ear pods, tidy, and it stores everything away. Next, you will see this big old light on top. So this is my desk lamp when I'm working. And instead of a smaller little BenQ light, I wanted something that gives me a little bit more lighting. So this is nice because it just clamps to the back of my tabletop. And that's one important element is when you're buying these sit-stand desk or any kind of desk, if you're planning to clamp any monitor arms, lights, or mics, you probably need to make sure the thickness is going to work with all of your clamps and arms. I have my M1 MacBook Pro, so I'm still on the M1. Most of the things that I do with design work, this is still working perfectly. Cable here just helps power everything. Behind here with all the cables and stuff, I have a dock back here that just pretty much hooks everything up with monitors. Now this keyboard is a keyboard that I purchased several years ago. I think it's called ACO 3068 keyboard. Honestly, it was great in the beginning. I loved everything of it. I like the clickety clack. I want to see if I can just change the look and sound of the keyboard first before adding another keyboard into my workspace. Quick solution, I switched up the key switches to a silent switch, and then I purchased Keycaps, and I am loving the whole aesthetic of the black, white, and also gray tones for the keyboard. I really like the typeface of these keys. They look like little marshmallows. I love this little escape key. It sounds great because it is literally super quiet. Like, can you hear anything? I'm typing really loud. And I've got a Logitech vertical mouse. I just like the performance of it and also that my wrist is not flat on the table. Over here, I've got a low profile mic. So when I am on a conference call or something, I can bring this down. All right, okay, now I can just push this over, do my calls. I use just the camera on my MacBook and it works perfectly. So I can now do calls standing. When I'm done with it, I kind of just push it off to the side. Down below, it's gonna look a little crazy with all the cables, but I just try to hide as much cables as I can. Storage on the right here is all of the NAS and Ring and Wi-Fi router, etc. So it's a little bit crazy over there. Any of the filming gear over on the side. And then back over here, I've got myself a printer and some samples, Pantone books, swatches. And here is the big light wheel. I recently just got a bigger lantern light, so brings in a lot more light when I'm recording. This goes all the way down. I'm at about 26 inches. This works out because I'm a very short person. I'm only about 5'1", 5'2". The best ergonomics for my elbows to be at a good resting position, I need to be this low. And previously, I think the cabinets were already at 30 inches. It wasn't very good for me to be working at that desk for. I think I've had it for like 5 years. So I've been struggling a little bit. Now that the desk can go down much lower, I just feel so much better. This chair that I have here, it is the Herman Miller Mira chair, and I got this secondhand, and it was a very good investment because it had good lumbar support, and I can have a lot of different adjustments for the arms, the armrest, and then also for the back. And when I sit here, I can be very comfortable sitting down for longer periods of time. And then when I need to get up and stretch, I go ahead and set this back to the standing position. Well, now you've pretty much seen what my workspace is. I've got to get back to work. Until next time, I will see you in the next video.